Hello and welcome back to Learning to Play the Lyre for Beginners. My name is Sharon. Today we are going to be covering our hand position while we're playing on the lyre. For this method, we are using the harp method. So we are going to be using our thumb, our index, our middle, and our ring finger. And we don't use the pinky because it's too short and it's too weak to get a consistent sound out of it. The first thing I want you to do is put your hand out like this and gently close it into your palm. As you can see, I'm doing a very gentle movement. It's a very relaxed movement, and it will remind you of the way babies fold their hands when they are relaxing. That's the position that we want. So do that a few times. That way you can have a very relaxed hand position. And it's important to have a relaxed hand position because that will prevent any problems down the road. You don't want any pains on your hand when you are playing. So we need a relaxed position, a relaxed hand position, and try to maintain that. Just do very gentle movement, especially at first. Don't strain yourself. Don't strain your hand. Your health is much more important. So play consistently and play joyfully, but don't overdo it. I want you to be relaxed and I want you to be happy, safe, and really enjoying your journey. So now that we've learned how to do that, let's put that over to our lyre. So you can see my thumb is up and you can see it's resting right in between the two knuckles. That is a good hand position. And when we put it on our lyre, you can see automatically my thumb is up and my fingers are all down. See? And we are going to learn to pluck. Don't worry about where your fingers landed because we are just learning the basic of plucking and where our hand goes. So it doesn't matter what notes we're playing at this point. We're not really trying to play a song. We are just developing the technique. So when you pluck your thumb, you pluck it and you close it. See how it naturally goes in between my two knuckles? That is because our thumb is up, and you want to always be playing thumbs up, thumbs up. And see how nicely it goes down? And when we are plucking with our fingers now, we are going to be plucking with our second finger, index fingers. I'll remove this finger right now so you could see what I'm doing. Now, when we're plucking with our fingers, the fingers that we're not using, have them in a resting position. You don't have to be clenching them this way because that is not a relaxed position. You might think that that's a good technique, but that is a lot of pressure and a lot of tension on your hands. So just have them not clench. Like you can have them like nicely tucked away so that they're not in your way, and they're pretty much following the movement of your finger. So all your fingers are closing together. So even if you have your fingers closed like this, don't clench them like this and hold them very tight. That is too much pressure for your hand, and you will develop some aches and pains that way, and I don't want that for you. So always have it relaxed. So just have it nicely down like that, and gentle. And your hand is moving together. And you are not plucking. The plucking is not coming from this part of your knuckle here. It's your whole hand working together. That's how you create a good tone. It's coming from the knuckles above it, not just going like this, not just from the first one, but it's a whole hand movement. Okay, and that is the same thing that you would do with your third hand. So right now I'm just gonna tuck my second finger a little bit so you can see what my third hand, my middle finger is doing. It's the same process. We are following through with our whole hand. See how nice and relaxed my fingers are. It doesn't matter if my fingers are tucked away. They are not clenched. I'm not going like this, clenching my other fingers and then trying to pluck. That is a lot of pressure for your hands, and that will cause problems down the road. So have a very relaxed hand movement. Your hand can be tucked in slightly if you like, but just be very relaxed. Don't put tensions on the fingers that you're not using. They don't need to be tense. Same thing with your ring finger. It's the same thing. I'm tucking my other fingers, but I'm not clenching them hard. I'm just tucking them so they're not in the way, but they are still in a very relaxed position. And this little guy here, he likes to follow along. They're almost like glued together because they like to work together. You will put too much tension on your finger if you try to clench them that way, and you'll develop issues down the road. So don't do that. Always have a relaxed finger. But what you want to do is always, keep your thumbs up, fingers down, and you close nicely, close nicely, close nicely, close nicely. Okay, let's do that again. Thumbs up, pluck down into your, see where my fingers is landing, my thumb is landing. It's landing right above the second knuckle, just above it. You don't want to try and land like all the way to your third one right there, because that is a lot of pressure again. I mean, if you can do that with no pressure, great, but otherwise that is creating tension, and you don't want tensions on your finger. And then the rest of the fingers follow. So 1, 2, 3. Do it again. We're gonna start with our ring finger, and you relax. Okay, one more time, starting with your ring finger, and you release. And you do the same thing with your other hand. I will show you here, and maybe you could see how my fingers look better on the other side. Okay, so again, my thumb, when I pluck it, it's high up, it's landing in between those two knuckles, and it's landing where it naturally is comfortable for me. I'm not creating any tension for myself because I don't want any pains or aches down the road. And my second finger closes, and I release. Okay, and I'll do it again, this time starting with my ring finger. And it's the same method. One more time, ring finger, and release. So that is how you play using the plucking method for your lyre. Like I said, this is the same technique that we would use for harp methods, and there is a lot of videos on how to play using hand techniques for the harp. So if you want to look those up, you could just search on YouTube or Google them, and there would be a lot of them come out for you. But it's the same thing. What you really want to make sure of is that you are not putting any unnecessary tension when you are plucking. Keep your thumbs up, your fingers down, and pluck gently. And remember the baby hand position, because that is the most relaxed position with your fingers. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Happy playing!